A German doctor has been charged with murdering 15 of his patients. Prosecutors in Berlin accuse him of using lethal drugs to kill people under his care and then setting fire to their homes in some cases in order to cover his tracks. For more on this story, I'm joined by our Europe regional editor, Paul Moss. So, Paul, what more can you tell us about this case?
Well, the prosecutors haven't named the suspect. We know that he was a 40-year-old man. He was a palliative care doctor. Now, that's usually understood as a doctor. Palliative care is usually understood to mean dealing with people who are terminally ill, not trying to cure them, but dealing with pain and making them as comfortable as possible. Although palliative care can sometimes be used to mean just treating people who are very ill. And what's alleged is that this doctor went to their homes to treat people and, as you've suggested, injected them with a lethal cocktail of drugs, a muscle relaxant initially, and then he injected them with an anaesthetic. As you mentioned, what's particularly unusual is that he then was accused of setting fire to some of the homes. We know from previous awful cases where people have been killed by medical professionals, it can be very difficult for people to spot that there's anything going on, particularly when the people in question were, in any case, very ill. So it's very possible that it was setting fire to these buildings that eventually made police notice something was going on.
So the individual has been charged, but the investigation is still continuing, isn't it, Paul?
It is. He's been charged. He was arrested last August when 4 deaths were found to be suspicious, the ones where the buildings caught fire. But then the investigation expanded, and they've basically been looking through the records of all the people who died who were being treated by this doctor. We know that they've already exhumed 12 bodies. They're planning to exhume 3 more bodies in order to look at them. They're still looking at the records. Now, what they say is at the moment there are 395 deaths which they're looking at. Now, I want to stress, no one is at this point suggesting this man killed all 395 people, but it does give you an idea of the scale of the investigation currently underway. And there's one other thing, which is just the strange timing of this. It's happened just as another palliative care doctor is on trial in Germany, in the city of Aachen. He too is accused of murdering, in this case, 9 of his patients with a lethal cocktail of drugs. In that case, prosecutors say that he did it, believe it or not, in order, they say, to have a lighter workload at night. The doctor who's just been charged in Berlin, what the prosecution have said is he was motivated by a lust for murder.
Paul, thank you very much for that update. Paul Moss.